Welcome back, everyone. It's been a while since the last time I uploaded. I am aware.
Honey, you've got a big storm coming.
But a lot has happened in that amount of time. I've started working, and I've been in the process of setting up my new apartment, which is the topic of today's video. My apartment! I'm sure there's a lot of people who've been asking for this video, so I'm excited to bring it to you today. So, without any further ado,
no! God, please, no!
Let's get into it. So what better way to start off this video than by explaining to you guys where I live. As I said in my last video, I live in Aomori and it's the middle of January, so this is what we're dealing with.
What kind of place is this?
So now that we're outside out of the snow, we come into this little area. This is my apartment, with the little painting of the mountains, so I know it's mine. Not a whole lot going out here, obviously, just a door. And if you go upstairs, there's more apartment units up there, but let's go inside. Welcome to my apartment, or the entry of my apartment. So this little area that we're in right now is called the GenCon. It's a little place where you take off your shoes so your outside shoes don't come in with the rest of the house. As you can see here, I have a pair of shoes that I just wear on the inside, and then my outdoor shoes, or like my snow boots, live out here. So we take off our shoes, and then we put the new shoes on. So my little GenCon area, it's got a lot going on. So over here, I have a lot of collection things. So like some things that I just collect, like anime memorabilia, my keys. I have a little whiteboard here that I use to let myself know what's upcoming for like this week. I have some little papers up here that my students made for me, and then we have the all-important trash schedule, because if you guys know, the trash in Japan is just on a completely other level compared to America. And then on this side, we have just a cute little map of Aomori City that I received when I got here, so I wanted to hang it up. And another little calendar with just what's going on for this month. And then on top of my little shoe closet that we have here, we have
disappointed!
The shame. Oh, the shame. So as you can see here, I have a lot of memorabilia and a lot of things going on here. As you can see, there are a couple shows that you guys probably know that I really enjoy. So I just have a little collection ongoing here. And up here, there's a little more of that. And there's a couple little drawings that my students made for me that are super cute, so I wanted to display them. I got this little grid thing at the 100 yen store and I love it. It allows me to hang up whatever I may find memorabilia wise, or like things that I've received, and I got a little space where I can put a little more decorations as well. So if you go right from my GenCon, there's a small hallway here, and the first thing I guess I should point out is that my apartment is a lot bigger than most apartments in Japan, and that's partially because of where I live. My apartment is a 2 LDK, which means I have 2 rooms and a living and kitchen area. So in this hallway, we have our little closet. I say little, it's kind of big. Most of the stuff I keep in here is like my winter clothes, all my bags, my suitcases live in here too, and my hats and my bags. It's kind of just where I shove a bunch of stuff that has no other place, but mostly it's my closet for my winter stuff. Continuing on to the right, we have the bathroom area, and that is me. So we have our little washing machine that was provided to me by our Board of Education, and here is my lovely hot water heater. I would be nothing without her. There's a little window here that I have a fake plant with because I kill plants. And we have our little vanity here, and that's me again. Most of the time I use this area to get ready in the morning, etc. Close to the hot water heater, of course, is the shower area. In Japan, it's not totally uncommon, actually it's more common than uncommon for the bathroom and the shower area to be separated. So, in our little shower area, we have our bathtub and we have our shower. And then this door just shuts, so the entire room gets wet. And then over here, we have the not so exciting, just little toilet room. And it is quite literally just a toilet. Okay, now before we go to the other side, straight from the GenCon is my room, one of the two rooms. So here's my bed. I have my little Snoopy blanket that I purchased for myself because, y'all, the cold here is very, very intense. We have my little stuffies in the corner and some artwork and comics that I use to make the room feel a little more homey. And then I have this little area that I use as my nightstand and for storage. And my all-important baby heater. She keeps me warm at night because, like I said, it is freezing here, and I am using that as emphasis because it's freezing. And then I have a little more artwork on the wall, and I have my floor mirror for when I get ready for school in the morning, along with my school backpack right there. And in this corner, I have another little tower thing. Here, I mostly keep like my calendars and a little more memorabilia, and a lot of my tech stuff lives here too. Over here, turn on the light first, is my closet. But my poor closet does not have a hanger, so my hanging up clothes do not live in here. It's just my jeans and my folding clothes. Also, I keep more storage in here like my camera bags and stuff, and a lot of other stuff that doesn't have a place, or that is summer clothes, lives up here as well. So now we will go to the right of the room. And in here we have the main living space. If we start from this side, this is my kitchen area. My kitchen comes with 3 burners. It is all gas. It is very nice. I have a ton of storage down here for whatever I may need. And up here is where I keep all of my food type things, or my snacks. And then we have my little fridge here. She's actually pretty big for a fridge compared to my last fridge. I lived in a very tiny dorm room, and when I say it was tiny, it was probably about the size of an American closet. A lot of the things in here were provided by my BOE, like the rice cooker, the hot water heater, the fridge, this little cabinet, and the microwave. Some of the other stuff I bought for myself, like the little trash sorting stuff here, and a couple of the things over here. But they did a good job of providing the basics for us to get going. They provided a few of the dishes, but a lot of the dishes in here I purchased myself. And then we come over here. This is my little table where I usually eat. And in the morning, since it's so cold, I usually come out here to do my makeup as well. Hence why there is a ton of makeup over here. And this little baby is my godsend.
I love you.
She is my heater, and she is really the only heater in the house because central heating is not a thing in Japan.
What?
And I underestimated how much I would miss it coming here. So I usually come out here in the morning to do my makeup because I'm freezing and I need heat. The BOE also provided us with a little TV and a TV stand, so I will usually come out here to watch TV in the morning or in the evenings as well. There is some cable provided, which I'm not sure how that works, but I guess it comes with the house. And then we have our second room, which is our Japanese style tatami room. And we're starting this room off with my lovely Kotatsu. She is also a godsend. I usually sit in here most of the time when I'm doing work or when I'm editing videos as well, because This table is heated, and then you get under the blanket and it's super warm and cozy. So in here, I just have the blanket, and I have a lot of my tech stuff here for when I'm editing videos or whatever I may be doing if I'm browsing the internet or playing games. And we have my little legless chair here too. If we come over to this side, we have another small, tiny room here. I'm assuming in the summer, since it's got racks up here, you can hang your clothes to dry and open the window and they will dry. However, right now, we are in the middle of winter, and if I were to put my clothes in here, they would never dry. So usually, I take the racks out and take them out into the main room out here so they dry a little quicker since they will be close to the heater. And over here, there's a bunch more closets. I have space for days, guys. I am not even joking. So before, I said I don't really have a place to put my clothes in the other closet. So my clothes live out here, or at least my hanging up clothes. And then there's another little heater down here, but I was not able to figure out how it works, so it just lives in here, along with my yoga mat and my omiyage that I have not given to my staff yet because we're still on winter break. Well, that's pretty much all for my apartment, so now I'll run through some of the details with you guys. My apartment, like I said, is a 2 LDK, which means there are 2 rooms, which I showed you, and then this living and kitchen area. Normally, I think a lot of Jets, especially that live in the cities, have a lot smaller apartments, so I was really fortunate to get an apartment this big. My apartment cost me about $210 US per month, which is about 21,000 yen per month, which is really cheap, and I'm really fortunate, so it gives me a good opportunity to be able to save a lot of money to either go on trips or see my friends or whatever it may be. I also should note that, of course, like everyone says, and I'm sure everyone's probably tired of hearing it, every situation is different. My BOE is nice enough to pay about half of my rent, so my rent is subsidized, which is why I only pay the amount that I do. So my city is not really countryside, but it's also not a huge city either. Aomori City, where I am, is the largest city in this prefecture, but it is still pretty small comparatively to like Tokyo or Osaka or some of the other larger cities in Japan. I've been back in Japan for almost 2 months now, and in that amount of time, I've gotten to start work, which has been really fun and I've really enjoyed it. I go to 1 middle school and 2 elementary schools, and the students are very fun. They're very energetic and very excited to have an ALT back in their classrooms, and I'm really happy that I can give them a little bit of exposure to English and give them exposure to a native English speaker. As I showed you guys outside, it snows a lot in Aomori. We actually had record-breaking snow a couple weeks ago, so that's always fun. When you walk outside, the snow is about a foot high, so sometimes when you're walking on the sidewalk, you are walking on top of a foot of snow, and you never know if you're gonna fall in. There's lots of ice. I have fallen multiple times already, and have fallen flat like a turtle on my back, so
I've fallen, and I can't get up.
that's been fun getting used to. Usually I commute to work by walking because if I were to take the bus, it would not knock a lot of my commuting time off, so I just end up walking the whole way. Walking to any of my 3 schools takes about 30 minutes, which isn't the issue. The issue is that, like I said, right now there's a ton of snow, so there's a lot of time to slip, there's a lot of time to fall in the snow, and you always just have to factor in extra time just in case you get stuck or you slip or anything that could happen with deep snow. Originally, when I thought I moved here, I thought I'd be okay with the snow because I lived in Wyoming and it snows quite a bit there, but it definitely snows way, way more here. And I've already managed to embarrass myself in front of my students, which did not take long at all. I was walking to school one morning and I was this close to the front of the school and I slipped. I slipped right in front of all of my middle school students, and they all just collectively turned their heads and looked back at me. and it was really embarrassing. And one student literally came up to me and was like, "Oh, there's no room." And I just like nodded with a hi and got up immediately and ran away because, oh,
Are you not ashamed of yourself?
it was embarrassing. So yeah, other than a few little hiccups like that, it's been great here and I've really been enjoying my job. So I'm excited to see what the future holds. Well, that about wraps it up for this video. Thank you guys so much for coming back and tuning in. I'm really happy to be making videos again and I'm glad I finally got the time to do it. If you have any ideas for me in the future as far as videos, anything you'd like me to talk about or touch on, or if you would just like to see more of my city or anything like that, please put it down in the comments below and let me know what you think of this video as well. I'm really hoping to get into making more content as soon as possible. Thanks so much for checking this video out and I hope to see you all in my next video. Bye!